It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, America's favorite funny man, the outrageous and unpredictable Kevin Hart. Plus, Real Husbands of Hollywood star, the hilarious J.B. Smoove. And Wendy's got all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, studio audience. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. You could still be sleeping, but you showed up. How you doing? I'm doing great. I just need to get the show started. I love you more. Thank you so much. We've got a wonderful show planned for you today. Lindsay Lohan is back in court for her 20th time in 6 years. Paris Jackson is boycotting her Aunt Janet's wedding. And you'll never believe where Demi Lovato's been living for the past year. I've got all the answers. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Oh, you guys, too much, too nice. Thank you. You know, I wanted to shout out to my friend Robin Roberts over at Good Morning America. You know, she announced yesterday that she's gonna be returning to GMA in February. I know. I like her a lot. You know, she's been in isolation for months following her bone marrow transplant on account of, you know, getting germs. She wants everything to be perfect. So I'm glad everything is going well, Robin. And how you doing? And we'll see you on GMA real soon. Yeah. This Lance Armstrong story, I can't decide how I feel about it, so therefore I'm not gonna make a big to-do. I would just rather watch the interview. You know, Oprah sat down and taped with Lance yesterday. The interview is gonna be 90 minutes, and you know, it's the news every place. I mean, you know, he finally admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs. Well, it happens. I mean, you know, it's not right, but it happens. And then this comes after he was stripped of all of his 7 Tour de France titles, and he's now banned from cycling forever. Please, no exercise? Great. You know, I want to see what Oprah does with it. It's 90 minutes, which is very long. In 90 minutes, I'm sure that we're going to be getting a lot of information, but the interview airs on Thursday night at 9 on OWN. And P.S. Oprah, this is a really good picture of you. All right. Oh, 9 o'clock on OWN, everybody. Thursday. I'll be watching. All right. I am so pissed off at Lindsay Lohan. I just want to throw you in jail. Like honestly, enough is enough, little girl. And we've been playing with you for a long time here, haven't we? Yes. Okay, the recent update is that, well, how about this? It's time for a Lindsay update. Hit it! Okay. This is why I'm done, and you might agree. Okay, so she's supposed to appear in court in LA today to enter her plea regarding the charges that she lied to the cops after she was in a June car accident out in LA. TMZ, this is the car accident, you know, where she said she wasn't driving, only she was driving, but she quickly flipped it and put one of her friends in the driver's seat. Okay, so she lied to the cops. Now TMZ is reporting that Lindsay could have avoided jail time all along by accepting a plea deal to go into what they call lockdown rehab, which means that she'd be in this lockdown rehab for 6 months. Okay, so that wouldn't necessarily mean jail. That'd be like lockdown at her house and rehabbing. She could have done that, but instead, Lindsay reportedly has fired her lawyer, Sean Hawley. This is the woman who's been working with this wayward child for years now. And so now, because she's fired Sean Holly, the plea deal might be thrown out the window. In other words, when she gets in front of the judge today, now it's my understanding that Miss Holly still has to show up in court because her name is the big one on the case. But just because you show up doesn't mean you have to do your due diligence. I'd be like this in the back. I'd be like this, and I'll tell you why. Because upon further investigation, what we found is that Lindsay allegedly owes Miss Holly over $300,000 in legal fees. Who does that? Reportedly, she hasn't paid her any money in over 6 months. Miss Holly, I don't want to call you out, but that's your fault. Because for every time you met with her, you should have been collecting money. I don't understand where it is that there are some people who, and I'm not suggesting this is Miss Holly, but certainly there's some people, as soon as you hear a celebrity name or you see a show on TV or you see them in the box office, you just assume that they have money to pay their bills, which is not always true. In the case of Miss Holly, she might never see this money again. I don't even know if it's worth suing this wayward child for the money eventually. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who the judge on the case is, you know, but I would suggest 6 months of real jail time, and then 6 months of real rehab, not lockdown rehab in some palatial estate, you know, but real rehab. And I think that there's still a chance for Lindsay, you know, if she gets herself, because she's so young going through all this. But, you know, Miss Holly, how do you fire somebody like Sean Holly? She's had your back, girl, and kept you out of jail forever. You know, she was Johnny Cochran's right-hand girl. And she's also represented, Miss Holly, people like the Kardashians and Mike Tyson. So this is no stupid woman right here, Sean Holly. And I'm just, you know, I just can't wait to find out what goes on with this case. So, In the meantime, people are still talking about the Golden Globes, particularly how Jennifer Lopez and her current boyfriend, Casper Smart, were there in the room with not one, but 2 of Jen's exes. First of all, I don't particularly care for this relationship with Casper and Jennifer, and I've been pretty consistent with that. But I must say, the young man is starting to exude confidence. Look how he's standing right here. You know, well, he's exuding confidence. You know, there's something still very childish about his face. Maybe if he just puts on like the sunglasses. A lot of times he's in the sunglasses and you would just really turn into somebody different. But I like how you're standing, very confident with your girl, Casper. And then when Ben Affleck won the award for Best Director, it was Jennifer and Casper who led the standing ovation. Yes, yes. But I think that that was calculated because Jennifer Lopez, to me, doesn't do anything without calculation. She probably stood up quickly so that they can be the first ones in the room to be seen, say, and then not only that, but there was probably also a side dig over at Jennifer Gardner. If Jennifer's sitting there like, right? Well, so they led the standing ovation, then everybody else stood up and clapped, and there's no word on whether Jennifer and Casper actually spoke to Ben Affleck, but I do know that Jennifer did, like most divas do, a quick outfit change. She changed into a low-cut blue halter-type dress, and then she, after the awards, and then she and Puffy went to, she and Casper went to a party where but Puffy is right there at the party. Now, this is what I'm getting from this picture. First of all, the woman in the background's about to lose her dress. Everybody turn around and look. Then, Jennifer is so busy looking at who's looking at them that she's not making eye contact with either man. Then, Casper is withdrawing a handshake while Puffy's reaching either for his wallet or to shake his hand. I'm not sure which one. But according to the Daily Mail, Jennifer was overheard saying, as she approached Puffy, you know, hey, baby, and then kissed Puffy on the cheek. A lot of people were put off by this comment, but I'm not. That's Jennifer. You know, hey, baby. I mean, it wouldn't be me. It probably wouldn't be you addressing an ex as, hey, baby. As a matter of fact, I don't even have an ex that I would have walked over to. I would have been on the other side of the room posing. When you have an ex, they're an ex for a reason. You spend the rest of your life making sure they regret every last thing they did to you, right? I mean, you don't make it a part-time job, but you certainly do have it at the front of your mind. Anyway, Demi Lovato, who I love, who knew that she would have been the breakout star on The X Factor, right? Demi, you've come a long way. You are so good for young girls. I don't want to push you into that role model thing because I think that's a lot of pressure to put on anybody to be a role model, but certainly you are the one to watch if, you know, for young girls, mothers, if you're looking for somebody. I kind of like this Demi Lovato. You know, she went into rehab in 2010 for an eating disorder, a cutting disorder, and substance abuse. Well, that's not good. But apparently, you know, but life is about how far you fall and how quickly you get up and stand straight. You know, that to me is the mark of success. And apparently, Demi is doing everything she can to stay on the right path of sobriety and normalcy. TMZ is reporting that she's been living in, are you ready for this? A sober living facility for more than a year. I know! Demi, I had no idea, and you know, it's hard to get things over on this show and my Hot Topics team. We didn't even know this, that she was, you know, not living in her palatial estate in LA. You know, she does have a palatial estate in LA. There it is through the woods. Well, apparently, she's chosen to live with the bare minimum in a facility with counselors and other addicts. So in other words, she puts on lashes, she does her top knot and pulls the bangs down. I love when you wear your hair like that. And she puts on these glamorous clothes and she gets the car service and goes over to American Idol, X Factor. And she does this glamorous job. We all applaud her. And then she gets back in the car service, scrubbed face, and I guess, you know, nasty Uggs, and goes back to the sober living facility. Is that the most normal yet coolest thing ever? Like I said, Demi, you're the one to watch. They need to give you a raise over there. Good luck, girl. All right, so. I'm just thinking about this picture I want to show you of CeeLo Green. Show that picture. Oh, Miss Thing. I can't decide whether you look scary. Anyway, CeeLo might not be able to come back to The Voice. Well, okay, we've been talking about this. CeeLo Green and Christina Aguilera. I got a great picture of her too. Look, gorgeous, like a Cupid doll, right? Good. Anyway, so these two have left The Voice after this past season. Now, mind you, The Voice has only been on for 2 seasons, and these 2 judges were, you know, the original judges. They're being replaced by Usher and Shakira. Shakira looks bored already. And Usher looks like he's taking himself too seriously already. So the word was, and we even told you this here on Hot Topics, that The Voice was leaving the door wide open for Christina and CeeLo to return because, you know, Christina left to record and promote Worldwide Tour or something, her new album, and CeeLo wanted to work on his eyebrows. I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm joking, because I'm going to tell you what he's working on, and you're going to want to see it. But according to the New York Post, CeeLo and Christina could be fighting for their seats because NBC has decided, or they haven't decided yet, who will be invited back in future seasons. But they're not thinking about, at this particular point, CeeLo and Shakira. And when you think about that, it's almost like these two, I mean, that Voice judging thing was such a great job for them. It's almost like biting the hand that feeds you. You were there for 2 seasons, and now you want to leave and promote, and then you want to be able to come back? Well, what if Usher and Shakira turn out to be great judges and we want to keep them? They won't. In my mind, I'm gonna watch though, in my mind. This is me prejudging, and we all prejudge things until we get to know. You know, you've done it to me, I've done it to you, we do it to them. I just feel like Shakira, she's a beautiful woman and a really talented singer, but you know what we need in our judges? We need personality and not... And then Usher is really talented, and you know, he is the man behind Bieber and everything, but doesn't he look just too damn cool for school? Like he's not gonna give us what we really need in entertainment. So I'm thinking The Voice. Hello, are you listening? I got 2 names for you. Think about it. Puffy and Pink. Yeah. I mean, we know Puffy from being Puffy and making of the band and that over-the-top extravagant personality. You know, he knows his music and he also knows how to give us that thing that we like to see in our judges. And then Pink, I don't know a lot about her, but I do know when I read articles about her, she's a really cool, she seems like a say it like you mean it sister. These two would be perfect when you're done with Usher and Shakira. That's all. Oh, and by the way, the CeeLo project is really good. He just signed a 3-month residency in Vegas at Planet Hollywood to do a show called Liberace. Is that the most perfect ever? I expect that this is gonna go way beyond 3 months and CeeLo's not gonna care about coming back to The Voice. Good luck to all parties. Thank you. You know, I've been telling you that Janet Jackson is engaged to her billionaire boyfriend, Wasim Almana. There they are walking in New York. Nobody even realized it's Janet and a billionaire. Everybody, this is how New York is. People just walk past you, they don't care. Look how fabulous they look though. Just easy breezy in the middle of the day. Just walking, linking arms. She might be telling him about himself, I'm not sure in that picture. But whatever she's saying, he's delighted. Don't you hate that when we're angry with men and they delight in our anger? It makes us more angry, doesn't it? Stop laughing, I'm trying to talk to you. Anyway, so Janet has this friend that talked to Star Magazine, and the friend said that Janet and Wasim were supposed to have their wedding this past New Year's Eve, as in a few weeks ago. But all of a sudden, Janet got cold feet and backed out. I know. And then Was, because he loves Janet so much and really wants to marry her, he ripped up the old prenuptial agreement. I'm telling you as the report was done to me, so then I can give you my opinion. He ripped up the old prenuptial agreement and had his lawyer draw up a new one more favorable to Janet. What do you think about that? See, if you only think about the money, then we're not on the same page. You're not my people with this one. Because I'm thinking that there's millions of dollars in the room, whether it's Janet or billions with Was or whatever. Like, when everybody has money, does ripping up a prenuptial agreement to make it more favorable make you want to marry a guy? Or does it make the guy question your motives to begin with? I'm not questioning your love, Janet. I'm just saying, I know that the difference between you and marrying this man is not a favorable, a different prenuptial agreement. Because if it is, then I guess love will never do. Without you, I guess you need money with the love? I don't know, I'm just kind of disappointed at that. I don't like to hear cold feet. I don't like to hear cold feet. Cold feet to me is always like this giant alarm, whether it's your relationship or Janet's or whoever's. But anyway, now comes word that one of the members of Janet's family is refusing to co-sign on this wedding and attend and be down with it. And that would be the gorgeous niece, Michael's daughter, Paris. Well, you know how kids can be. Sometimes they just need to be leaned over our knees and beat down. But here's the thing. Paris reportedly and Janet have not spoken since the big dispute back in July. Do you remember we showed you the aerial shot of the motor court where they were arguing with one another? Paris was being, you know, young and belligerent, and Janet was trying her best to come in like the adult authority, you know, Aunt Janet, and the little girl hasn't heard from it. I can't believe they haven't spoken in 6 months, though. Somebody has to do something quick. Like, somebody's got to do something quick. And good luck, Was and Janet. And Janet, let him put that ring on it. Oh, keep clapping. That's it for Hot Topics, but we have a great show for you. The very funny Kevin Hart is here. He's got this brand new show called Real Husbands of Hollywood. It premieres tonight at 10 o'clock on BET. Plus, the very funny co-star in the show, JB Smoove, is here. But up next, everybody, it's time for Wendy Viewer Celebrity Lookalikes. Don't go far. You know, some of our viewers say they look like certain celebrities, so it's time for Celebrity Lookalike. I love Celebrity Lookalike. Okay, our first one comes from Troy P., who watches The Wendy Show in Heber Springs, Arkansas. Troy says that he looks like country singer Kenny Chesney. So here's a picture of the real Kenny Chesney, and here's a picture of Troy. It's good. It's good. Do you remember back in the day when Kenny was married to Renee Zellweger? It lasted for 5 months. In 2005. Okay, our next celebrity lookalike comes from Rella B, who watches our show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Rella says that her friend looks like Michael Strahan. Ooh, you mean they've cloned him? Here's the real Michael. Now, here's Rella's friend. Okay, yes. Yes. Congratulations, by the way, to Michael, who was recently chosen as a finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah. Okay. Our next celebrity lookalike comes from Tina C. She watches our show in Rockwood, Michigan. Tina says that her daughter, Malia, looks like the actress Amanda Seyfried. Here's the real Amanda, who I love. Yeah, especially when she plays Mean Girl Evil. Ugh, everything. And here's Tina's daughter, Malia. In a young kind of way. A younger one. You know, Amanda, by the way, if you're a fan like I am, she's currently starring in the film Les Miserables. Plus, later this year, she's gonna be portraying legendary porn star Linda Lovelace in the biopic. I know, that's a good one. That's a good one. We have one more celebrity lookalike, and it comes from Melanie M, who watches our show in Tullahome, Tennessee. Melanie says that her son, Jackson, looks like President Obama. Let's look at President Obama. Okay, now let's look at Jackson. He could be son of Obama. If you think your kids or your neighbor or somebody that you know or you look like a celebrity, go to wendyshow.com, send us the flick so we can get it on over here, okay? Up next, everybody, get ready to laugh for the very funny Kevin Hart. Keep it here. Our first guest is a hilarious actor. He's a brilliant stand-up comedian, and his new show, The Real Husbands of Hollywood, premieres tonight on BET. Take a look.
Why is Robin thinking my driveway? I invited Robin. Whoa. Is that the girl from Mission Impossible?
Yep, that's Robin's wife, Paula Patton.
Yo! All the pegs in my driveway! I'm about to bag it.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Robin Thicke.
This ain't the time.
Please welcome the very funny Kevin Hart.
He's getting better. Hello. You look amazing, seriously.
Thank you.
How you been?
I lost a few LBs.
No, you look great.
Woo! 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 You know, woo! You know, you're so incredibly sexy and well, here's the thing. Here's what happens, right? You become sexier as you become more successful. So there are women watching right now who might have never thought twice because you've been at your craft for a long time.
A long time, yes.
So now I want you to just take in the success from head to toe. Do we have a little shoe cam for Kevin? There it is. That's it. That's it.
Where is that camera? Where is it?
Down here on the floor.
It's on, oh,
Shoe
wow.
cam.
That's
Yeah.
These are Balenciagas. These are great sneakers.
I was going to ask you, is anything fancy on you?
A lot of fancy.
A lot of fancy.
I'm a subtle fancy guy, but I'll say it because I know that this is a thing that.
This is that audience.
This is what this is about.
We want to know.
Balenciaga sneakers, Balmain jeans, and a Givenchy sweatshirt. So it looks plain, but it's
It
not
looks plain, but it's not
Yeah,
plain at
not
all.
plain at all.
I thought I smelled money when you came out here. You know, congratulations on everything. 2010 was a really, or 2012, excuse me, was a really big year for you. Of course, Think Like a Man.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
P.S.
you.
Are they making a sequel?
We are doing a thing like a man too.
Can I ask you something honestly? and my feelings won't be hurt. Are you still married to me in the movie?
Yes, I'm still married to you. I'm still married to you. For those, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. By the way, the question that I get asked the most, literally about Think Like Man 2, was how was Wendy Williams? I'm dead serious. How was Wendy Williams as a person? Is she cool? I can't believe she was your wife. How was she? I'm dead serious. So many people are curious about you as a person. I'm very serious.
Well, I say nice things about you. Do you say nice things? We were...
No, I never say that. No, I'm joking. Always. I say she's a pleasure. She's a sweetheart. But so many people are just like, oh my gosh, she was so nice. Like, how is she? Is she gonna be your wife again? So many people ask questions. But you're gonna be my wife, so don't get busy. Don't get busy.
Okay. Wow. All right. And then you hosted the award show.
Yes, I did. I hosted the VMAs 2012.
You did a really good job with that.
Yes.
How have things changed for you as a celebrity now that you are, like, you know, the A crowd?
Here's what I think. And, you know, some people may agree with this, some people may disagree. I think things change for celebrities if you want them to change. I feel like your life changes if you allow it to change.
Yes.
In other words, people that want that paparazzi life and the constant on the scene atmosphere, you attract it. That's what you want. That's what you go after. If you don't want it, you don't have to get it. You know, I'm a low-key guy when I'm home. I'm with my kids. I'm in the house. You know, I love being a dad. So when I'm home, it's all about being a dad. When I'm gone, it's about being a comedian and being enrolled in that lifestyle. But pretty much when I'm home, I don't do nothing. I literally sit in the house because I'm going so much.
Well, you have daughters?
I have a girl and a boy.
And
I
how
almost
old are
forgot
they?
what I have. Wow. I have a girl and my daughter's 7, my son's 5.
Do they recognize and realize what is going on around them?
Very much. My daughter hates for people to ask pictures. She hates it. Like she's a daddy's girl. So when people are around and they're like, "Oh, Kevin Hart," she just grabs me. Dad.
This is my dad. I'm on dad time.
I say no when I'm with my kids. I can't. She's like, "Dad, I don't. Please."
Yeah.
She's a ham. My son, he doesn't get it. My son's a little slower. I don't know what's going on. Like
it's a boy thing.
Yeah, I think boys catch up a lot later. But my son literally just sucks on his 2 fingers and he doesn't say nothing. Like he's the worst.
But if your son ended up being as funny as you, would you want him to go through the same career?
I feel like child stars all end up crazy, with the exception of Keisha not pulling. Like I know her, she's sane. A lot of them are crazy or on drugs, so I don't want my kids going down that path. So I try to keep them away from it, but at the same time, they're in it because they understand what their dad does. So I bring them to sets. I bring them to if I got a show, if I'm doing a TV show, movies, whatever. They understand what their father does because I want them to know if I'm busy, this is why. But I don't want them in the business right now. I don't.
Now, how is your dating life?
Dating life.
You were successfully not with your children's mother anymore. But listen, I read all the magazines and I never see anything bad.
I know you do.
So I don't even know who or what you're dating. When I say what, I mean, is she tall or short? Tall or short? Tall or short? We've talked about this, and you said you like short.
I don't like tall women. I don't.
But here's my thing. I was thinking about this. Kev, all I'm saying...
I want to ban heels. I think high heels should be banned.
No, sir. No, sir.
I don't want them.
No. Now that you have gotten, like, you've gotten your bones, like, you're...
Look how nervous I'm getting.
No. Don't be nervous. I'm coming around to a compliment.
It doesn't matter. I want it. I welcome this. Go ahead.
Now that you because I've known you for a long time.
Yes, you have.
And now that you are at the point of success, you are there. Yes. You need to flash back to Dudley Moore and Susan Anton. Remember back in the 70s, they were a gorgeous couple. He's this big, she's this big. Like literally 6 feet in flat shoes, and then she puts on the heels, she's like 6'5". But there was something about the power that he wielded in Hollywood that just made, and then she was just a beauty.
Here's what I think. When I say I don't like tall women, I want tall women to take offense to that. I mean, if you take your heels off and we're the same height, I love it. When you put your heels on, you should be taller than me. I think that confidence and power, it says something. When you're a woman that's beautiful, she's tall and she's with you, she compliments you.
Yes.
But when I'm home and we're both barefoot and I can't...
you need to be picked up to get the cornflakes.
If I can't reach something, I don't want you to grab it for me. I'm gonna punch you. I don't want that. Like, it's a difference. Like, when we're out,
Yes.
I want you to be beautiful, look amazing. Like, it's the best thing ever. But when I'm home, don't you dare make me look like a fool at home. Like, baby, get that. Like, I don't want to ever do that. Like, I can't, baby.
I
And
understand.
she's like, here, I'll punch you in the ribs.
I
Don't do it.
understand.
I don't like it.
Now, do you have a steady girl, or
Yes,
do
yes,
you have a
yes, I
steady
do.
girl?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Does she live with you? Okay. I'll move off that.
No,
I'll move
she
off.
does.
She does?
She does.
Oh,
She does.
serious.
She's got some time in. She got some
Yeah,
time in.
nice.
It's the same one from before, the same girl from before. And
Look
you were
at
like,
you.
I'm telling you, the same girl from before. The
He's
same girl.
consistent.
It's consistent. I'm not, dude, I'm not out there like that. I could be, but I'm not. It's too much. It's too much stuff out there. I'm not.
And on that note, we're gonna take a break, everybody. Kevin's co-star from Real Housewives of Hollywood, JB Smoove, is here, and we're gonna get into what this show is all about. 'Cause
Nice.
It's funny.
Nice.
Keep it here. Welcome back. So I'm sitting here with Kevin Hart.
Yes, you are.
We were having a very leaned-in conversation during the commercial break. You know, Kevin, first of all, I wanted to congratulate you. Your comedy special that came out last year
Yes.
was a very high grossing.
Laughing My Pain was great.
Very good success. And so you're in New York now, and you're working on another one?
Yes, I did. I filmed Let Me Explain. That's my newest special. I taped it at Madison Square Garden. Sold out 2 shows. I don't know if you came. That's a big deal. One of 6 to do it, which is amazing.
Then you're working on some movies?
Yes, I'm doing a Grudge Match right now. That's with Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro. I just finished Ride Along with me and Ice Cube. It's an action comedy.
Perfect.
I shoot guns and blow up stuff. About Last Night, I have a sex scene. Amazing. These are all things going. Dude, my career is going in a great direction, and I'm a kid.
It's all good.
Now. Yeah.
So when Kevin came up with the idea to do the Real Housewives of Hollywood, he cast his real-life friends, including one of the co-stars is JB Smoove. Take a look, and then we're gonna bring out
That's
JB.
pretty funny, Kevin. You should do stand-up.
You know I do stand up, and you know I'm one of the best at it.
Second best.
Second best to who?
Second best to me.
You a damn lie. I'm the first best, and you know it.
You stole all my jokes. You still second best.
JB, ain't nobody stealing.
Joke!
I've been doing that pickle joke for
That was
years.
my pickle joke first.
Shut up, JB.
Please welcome real husband JB Smoove. Exactly.
Move down. Move down. Sit down, JB. Sit down, JB. Get off me.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
How long have you known Kevin?
I've known Kevin a long time.
time.
Philadelphia, performing, doing the comedy clubs
Tell me
down
the truth.
there.
Like, what is that, the
I'm gonna
90s?
tell you the honest truth. I knew Kevin. Kevin got this sexy aura going on right now. But see, Kevin thinks that closing your eyes halfway makes you sexy. You know that old school stuff.
Yeah.
Every photo I see Kevin in, it's like this, right here. But that's because Kevin used to wear glasses.
Oh, and so you all know each other coming up in the
A
stand-up.
long
You know,
time. Stand up, yeah.
I used to try to, honestly, coming up, JB won't say this, so I'll say it. First of all, JB's old. But when I was coming up at stand-up, JB was so energetic. I was young, I used to try to be like JB. So I literally did what he did on stage.
Yes.
I would try to impersonate him to some degree. So it was stealing, but not really stealing, but I had no personality. I didn't know who I was yet, so I tried to imitate him.
I like that you all's friendship has survived everything. The last time that we saw you was in the airplane, and we were with it was me, my husband, and our son. You freaked my son out. Like, he is such a big fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm and your stand-up and everything, which is crazy. Now, what is going on with Curb? I know you get that all the time, and you're going to continue to get it until we see it back.
I get it all the time, and I tell people all the time that Larry David is rich. You understand? And rich people are in no rush to get back. So we just did a film together in Boston, and he is loaded. No, Larry loaded.
Yeah.
I call him Larry Loaded.
Yeah,
I went to Larry's house. He has money stacked up in the shape of this couch. Like, I'm like, is this money, Barry?
Okay, so let's get to the concept of this real house husband, or the Real Husbands of Hollywood. I was not exactly sure what the show was about. You sent me an advance copy. It's very funny. How did you come up with who you were going to choose to be a part? Because I'm sure you have lots of friends.
Well, here's what it is. For those who do not know what the show is, the Real Husbands of Hollywood is basically the fakest reality show on television. So what we did was we wanted to mock reality TV. You know, we see these shows, the Basketball Wives, the Housewives of Atlanta, Orange County, blah, blah, blah. Everybody sees it and say, oh my God, we hate it, they fight, blah, 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 whatever. But nobody does anything. So I said it'd be funny to mock it. But only to mock it, I had to get people that doesn't mind, like, that wouldn't mind playing themselves.
In on the joke.
Yes, and exaggerate themselves.
So it's really great because, like, in the episode that I saw, which I guess is the first episode, it's JB, but it's Robin Thicke, who's married to Paula Patton, Nick Cannon, who's married to Mariah.
Yes.
There's this really funny barbecue. And I won't tell everything, but it's,
well, we won't. Without telling everything, it's basically a show where
Boris
men...
Kodjoe.
Boris is on the show.
Boris, Kodjoe.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Duane Martin.
All right.
Duane Martin.
All right.
Duane Martin.
But the whole thing is we're men and we act like women without being feminine. We basically, we're catty. We're catty, we fight
It's funny.
over everything.
And you're the only single one.
Yeah,
on the show.
I'm freshly divorced. So in my
Only
mind,
single guy.
Paula Patton wants me. I feel like black people want Paula Patton back. Mariah wants me. Nick is jealous of what me and Mariah used to have.
So, JB, your wife, will she appear on the show?
My wife will appear on the show, Shahida Omar, the songstress of the show.
Yes.
She is on the show, and we have an amazing episode together. I think you're gonna really,
What are y'all?
really...
Tell them what y'all are, though. Like, what's y'all thing? What do you and your wife think?
We are the most lovey-dovey couple on the show. Everybody else is jealous of what we have.
Okay.
Like, we're that get a room couple. Get a room.
Now, will Mariah be on the show? Will Paula Patton be on the show?
Paul and Mariah, we do. See, what we do is because we had to establish the characters.
Yes.
So we play with the fact that they're there, but they're not there.
Right.
So, in other words, we'll say Mariah's on it, but somebody will walk by, you'll just see her hair left.
Right, right. That's funny.
You'll never see her. And I'm like, was that Mariah? I'm like,
Funny.
shut up. It's like Paula Patton's there, but she pulls off. Like,
Right.
you don't really see them because it's about us. It's about men. You don't have a reality show that's based around men. And the fact that we're doing a fake one is that much more genius.
I felt like a fly on the wall to see what men really talk about. Thank you both so much for being here. You need to check the show out for yourself. It's called The Real Husbands of Hollywood. It airs tonight at 10 on BET. Thank you so much, Kevin Hart. Thank you, JB Smoove. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Keep it here. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. My name's Hazel.
How you doing? Hi, Hazel. That is a real throwback name.
Yes.
Yes.
My grandmother, let her rest in peace.
Yes.
So I couldn't get in trouble at school either.
Yes.
It was always fun, Hazel. Sorry about that. My question is this. My mom has lived with my husband, my daughter 14 and 7 for 8 years. And the problem is she always feels a need to discipline them or tell them what to do in front of me and my husband. So just we want to, in a nice way, ask her not to try to be the co-parent in front of us, but let us be the parents.
So she's been living with you guys for 8 years.
8 years.
What does your husband say when she does this in front of both of you?
He holds back. He doesn't say much unless she sets him off a little bit, but he doesn't speak up. He's like a duck.
Does he speak up to you once you get into your bedroom?
Yeah, he'll tell me after.
So then you have to go through it. Your mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her to death. I mean,
I love my mother to death also.
She sends my kids to school and
Mommy,
stuff.
this is something that happens first of all with daughters and their mothers, and I think it's just natural for them to do that. Mommy, you do this sometimes also. And, but I'm always quick to try to nip it in the bud, not in a way where I'm starting fights, but in a way where, you know, I am the parent and you're the grandparent. Grandparents are supposed to be fun. Take them for ice cream. Stop disciplining because you're usurping my authority. You know, and if your mother doesn't understand this, then you're going to have to get a little bit more bass in your voice, unfortunately right in front of your children, you know, which nobody wants to do that either. And you let your mother know also that your husband is biting his tongue and that this is causing conflict between you and your husband, even if it isn't. Just throw some gas on it. You know what I mean?
No, it is.
It's causing conflict.
Let's be divorced next year.
Yeah, see? Okay, we have to thank you. Good luck. We have time for one more quick question. Oh, hi.
Hi, Wendy. My name's Eddie Going. How you doing?
Hi, Eddie Going.
All right, so last year, 2 friends of mine got married. I went to the wedding. I gave a $300 gift.
Okay.
I found out a week ago that they're getting divorced.
Okay.
So now what do I do? Is it okay for me to ask for the gift back? Do I start post-dating checks? What do I do?
The statute of limitations is now done. You cannot have the $300 back. However, depending on which one gets custody of your gift, every time you go to the house, you can be like, oh, I see you're featuring my Costa Boda. You know, or whatever it is that you
My
gave them.
Yonana's machine.
Okay, so... Over, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good luck. Everybody keep it here. We've got audience eye candy of the day next. Hurry back. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for our audience eye candy of the day. We do have the most fabulously turned out audience in the entire daytime landscape. However, I have one diva fan featuring my catchphrase, how you doing, and say it like you mean it. Ooh, ooh. So drum roll, please, as we introduce you to today's audience eye candy winner. Claudia Sanchez, where are you? I gotta tell you. I'll tell you exactly, If you, come out here, because if you think that the outfit is fresh, take a look at her shoes. Yes. Hi, Claudia.
How you
doing? Okay, I love your outfit, but the shoes just really stole my heart. Tell me all about what you're wearing.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from the top. All right, so this necklace, I got it for $15 from JCPenney. This top is about $15 on sale as well.
Perfect.
And this is from H&M, $15 on sale as well. The pants, I got it from Mandy for $10. And because I saved, it's like $55 for my whole outfit, I was able to splurge on my shoes from Steve Madden for about $100.
It's beautiful. Take your diva fan, and you can have this as a memento. And her nails are funky as well. Claudia, thank you so much. To see more about Claudia's look, go on wendyshow.com. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Make my day. Ow. I had fun. I hope you did too. Thank you so much, Kevin Hart and JB Smoove, my co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, the hilarious Lisa Lampanelli and the newly crowned Miss America stop by. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.